welcome to this video. If you are reaching this video, then this is most likely for you. Either spirit, universe, your higher self, your ancestors, or your guides have brought you here to receive this message. So if you want to stick around, I would greatly appreciate that. Hello, my name is Michelle, and I am a tarot and oracle card reader that has been doing this for about 10 years, and I am super excited to see what comes across for you. If you like my vibe, feel free to like, vibe in the comments, and then subscribe at the end of the video. So let's get into it. Before I started this video, I had written down a message of what I feel this video is meant to be talking about. And this video is meant to be talking about how leaning into your light and embracing your shadows are just tools in your toolkit of life. Because when you can understand your light and your dark aspects, you can learn to embrace that, because there's no dark without light and there's no light without dark. So I'm going to start with the butterfly affirmation cards and see what comes out, to see if it actually bounces into this message of needing to apply both of these tools and what that may look like. So let's see. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, that actually does match up. Okay. So the first card, okay, and the second card and the third card. Okay, cool. So we're going to start out with these, and then I'm going to lean into a different deck. But this first card here, love that. On the back of it, it says, "It is safe for me to explore unknown worlds and try new things." And so how does this apply to that message, Michelle? How does it apply to leaning into your light and embracing your shadows being tools in your toolkit of life? Well, okay. Where do you feel safe? Do you feel safe in a dark room or a light room? Because people feel safe in different situations. That's why I'm kind of like, depending on where you feel safe, right? If you feel safe in a dark room, then you're safe in a dark room. If you feel safe in a room that's full of light, then you're safe in a room that's full of light, right? So here's the thing. What happens when you stretch your comfort zone? What if you make yourself the focal point of safety? You are a balance of light and dark. Regardless of whether you choose to agree with that is up to you. But you are indeed sometimes, like, how do I want to say this? You are indeed a balance of the two. It's just sometimes you get imbalanced and sometimes you get balanced. So it's kind of a fluctuating thing, right? So when we need to lean into our light to balance out the dark, then we need to have that safety within ourselves to do so. Like finding that safety within yourself and making yourself that focal point of safety will make it easier for you. Like, say for example, you're the person that feels safe in a dark room, right? Because that's all you've been embodied by is like darkness, chaos, and all that stuff. That's all that's been around you your whole life. So maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable to be around people that actually love and adore you. So that's an unknown world to some people, especially if you kept yourself in that dark room, right? Of course, I keep saying, Oh my gosh, this is another message of sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we don't know any better because that's all we've that's all we've been through. So when it's all that we've been through, that's all that we know. So it's almost like the Spirit's kind of trying to explain it to me because I'm questioning it in my mind. Is like, why do we get stuck in these circumstances? And the way Spirit is describing it is, think of your life as a TV show. And that TV show, yes, they do go through different things in that TV show, but that TV show, unless it turns into a crossover, right? Unless it turns into a crossover, because they do make crossover episodes, they don't know anything different than what they've experienced. Wow, that was strong. They don't know anything different than what they've experienced. So if you're like, I'm going to use Vampire Diaries as an example because I love Vampire Diaries. But if you're in a world where Vampire Diaries is a thing, right? Vampire Diaries has spin-offs, right? So it splits off into different comfort zones. That's kind of interesting how it looks like that. Okay, so it splits off into different comfort zones because the Vampire Diaries franchise started just Vampire Diaries. And then it had a spin-off called The Originals. And then Originals had a spin-off. And, like, all of that came with success, but they had to, like, even though it's in the same genre, they had to stretch the comfortability of being the same story over and over again. I haven't watched The Originals all the way through, or Legacies. Forgot that it was the Legacies that was the spinoff for The Originals, but I feel like I'm veering off, but I feel like this is very valid. So like I'm trying not to get in my head about this and just let it flow how it does. But when you are the focal point of safety, nothing can shake you. Nothing can shake you. It may shake you a little. It may shake you a little, but it won't shake you as much as it shakes you now because you're attaching safety to... you're tying safety to this crochet hook. Anytime you use this crochet hook, that's the only time you feel safe. Because this crochet hook is all you know about your safety. This is a small wave point of safety, but you gave it that permission, right? You gave it that permission to be your safety focal point. This is small. You, my friends, who I am talking to, are bigger than this crochet hook. Take the safety off of this crochet hook. Put it back within you, because it is within you. That safety is within you. You just have to bring yourself to that point. What makes you feel safe? Visualize or like create a mental image, or if you're an artist, draw an image of what makes you feel safe. Is it a dark room with a bunch of Christmas lights? Is it a bed that has that fluffy, like, fleece blanket and some pillows and the smell of hot chocolate sitting on your nightstand? Like, what is that comfortable, safe place for you? And creating that within yourself. Because that's leaning into your light. When you feel safe within yourself, you resonate so much light. Wow. That's a good thing to think about. I never thought about that. Is when you find yourself as the focal point of safety, you resonate that light outward. Holy mackerel. Thank you. Thank you for this, because I needed to hear this. The next card we have is this one. I like these butterflies. I'm not going to lie. In my heart, I know that good things are coming my way. Wow. No matter how dark, when you become your safety focal point, no matter how dark things get, right? Maybe you lose I don't want to wish this upon anybody, but giving examples. Maybe you lose a family member, a pet, something tragic happens, right? But when you're that focal point of safety within yourself, yeah, that stuff still sucks. It still sucks. It does, feeling safe within yourself gives you that permission to be grounded and see things from a different point of view. And so in your heart, it's in my heart, I know that good things are coming my way. They are coming your way because you are radiating that safety within yourself and being that focal point of safety. You are that focal point of safety. So when you do become that focal point of safety within yourself, that radiates outwards. And when it radiates outwards, anyone that's within a few feet of you can feel that safety. So someone that, you go to a grocery store and someone's about to have a panic attack and you are in your own level of safety and you are being the focal point of safety within yourself, that just passing by that person and being around, maybe you're in the same aisle as that person and you're looking at something and they're looking at something, but they're about to have a panic attack, it eases their panic attack. Kind of cool. I wonder if you've ever noticed that. Have you noticed how you affect the energy of the room? So when you're happy and you're walking into the room and there's a few people that look like they're not so happy, and how your smile kind of radiates the smiles on their face, and it makes it to where they can see within the love of themselves. They can see within the love of themselves. Sometimes they get irritated. You have no control over that. Let them be irritated if that's the case. But did you notice that when you radiate safety within yourself or love within yourself or any other high vibrational feeling, that it resonates out? Well, it works the other way around too. It radiates the other way around, So when it comes down to these toolkits and realizing that we have these tools, we have to choose to use them. And sometimes when we don't know they're there, it's we don't know we're there. Or not we're there, but we don't know that these toolkits are there. And so we often don't use them. But if you can allow yourself to really kind of look at that toolkit of life and how you cope with things and kind of do the research for yourself and what works for yourself, you'll realize, oh my gosh, I do have this toolkit so that when this happens, I can embrace myself and love myself where I'm at. The last message here, I was going to pull more cards, but I'm realizing the message here is really powerful as is. So I'm going to stick with these 3 cards and whatever I'm saying and channeling, because it gets to be good enough. I literally heard it gets to be good enough. And it says here, I choose to live with courage. I do not allow others to intimidate me. I stand my ground. I never give up. This toolkit that you have, leaning into your light and embracing your shadows, tools in your toolkit, will help pull you up from these ruts. It's weird because what I was being shown is like back in the day, I used to do yard work, and my grandpa had these weed pullers, and they were like this. It was like a stick, like, and it was like this. And what you would do is you would dig, and then you would pull the weed up. And that's what doing this work actually does for you. When you choose to do these work and work with coaches and people that are good at getting you motivated to do so, which is kind of funny because they want me to speak up about the fact that I am a coach. And if you would like to work with me, finding a way to give you a format or a place where you can reach out to me and ask about my coaching services. So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I want to thank you so much for sticking around through this video. I hope you got something out of it, and much love to you. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.